This video will focus on just the facts in the Summer Wells case. I have heard many people say there are no facts in this case. I beg to differ, so let me show you some of the facts that I have come up with. The last people to see Summer were her mother, Candace Wells, aka Candace Bly, her grandmother, Candace Harrer, and her 3 brothers. Also, before arriving home that day, she was last seen by the 15-year-old named Hunter, who had spent the day with them prior to going missing, and Hunter's mother, Allison, and his grandmother, Sherry. Those are the last people known to see Summer Wells alive. Timeline of the day that Summer went missing had to be changed a couple times by Don and Candace when being given to law enforcement, and the TBI has said that the parents' timeline is being kept close to the vest, and they will not release or discuss the timeline. That tells me the timeline in itself probably is being used as evidence. The focus of all searches for Summer have been in the area of the home at 110 Ben Hill Road and the surrounding neighbors' homes and land. The search for Summer has never extended past the Beach Creek area. Sheriff Ronnie Lawson confirmed that Summer's live scent was traced from the house to the road, and then it was lost. This scent trail went down the driveway to the road. Original 911 call came from Don Wells at 6:26 p.m. and that call has never been released. They have released dispatch audio for the second 911 call made by Candace at 6:29 p.m. However, neither of these actual 911 audios have ever been released. They are being held, and that tells me once again this is evidence in the case. The first people notified by Candace of Summer's disappearance was Don, David Dotson, Robin Lane, Allie, and Hunter. Those are the people that Candace felt the need to call immediately. So, the neighbor who lives across the road from the Wells, Jody Sue Brown, was in the area of that lost scent, where Summer's scent was lost at. Jody Sue was in that area at 6:09 p.m. This is according to her own admittance. This was before 911 was called. So Candace and Don, or one or the other, called 911 at 6:26 p.m. and said that Summer had been missing for 20 minutes. That would have made it approximately 6:06 p.m. that Summer went missing. Jody Sue Brown, the neighbor, said that she was down there at the road in the same spot the scent was lost at 6:09 p.m. Jody Sue Brown also said that she and her kids had been to the road and back several times between 2:30 p.m. and 6:09 p.m. Don claims to have been at work when Summer went missing, but says he arrived home before any police got there. He later changed it to there may have been one or two there. Don said that he knew immediately that Summer had been abducted as soon as he saw his neighbor, Don Sherfy, at the creek. Don also said that he never saw the neighbor, Jody Sue Brown, at the creek. He only saw Don Sherfy and his 3 boys. And that is when he said he knew immediately that Summer had been abducted. So what about seeing Don Sherfy and his 3 boys at the creek would give him the idea that Summer had been abducted? That's a clue, and that's a fact. The FBI deployed the card team in Summer's case, and after being there for a very short time, the card team determined there is no evidence of a stranger abduction. An endangered child alert was issued for Summer on June the 16th of 2021. It was later upgraded to an Amber Alert. The search for Summer changed from a rescue to a recovery later on in the month of June of 2021. The sheriff reported that a delivery driver reported seeing a red Toyota Tacoma with black ladder racks and white paint buckets in the back in the area on the 14th or the 15th during the late evening hours. TBI released that truck or a truck similar to it to the media, attempting to find the owner or the driver to question them as a possible witness. They have said that this person is not a suspect but may have seen something important. To this day, nobody has come forward. The truck was not captured on any surveillance video in the area, even though the house on the corner does have cameras, and the neighbor, Jody Sue Brown, across the road, also had cameras. The truck was not captured on any surveillance video. That's a fact. Robin Lane owns a truck matching that description, and she also admitted to marking the truck off of all of the flyers before distributing them, and later saying that she marked that truck off of the flyer because she did not believe that anyone needed to be looking for a red truck. In December of 2021, TBI released a video stating that all possibilities are still being examined, including foul play and the possibility that she may have wandered off and got lost in the woods. That's the fact from that press conference. And my question is, how far could she go in an hour? So if she wandered off, she had an hour to get away before the police got there. How far could she get within an hour? And would they not have found at least a shred of clothing if that were the case? Therefore, my reasonable belief is that she did not wander off. TBI has collected all available digital evidence, cell phone data, and cell tower data, and all of this evidence has been analyzed. TBI collected photos and videos from multiple locations that they visited or were around that day, and they have also analyzed that data. In June of 2022, which was 1 year later, TBI stated that points of interest will still be searched as they follow up on tips. They have received tips, real tips, and they are receiving tips, even though they also have received a lot of fake information from people trying to distract and confuse. In March of 2022, the sheriff, Ronnie Lawson, told News Channel 11 that the parents were not cooperating at that time. TBI later, when asked the question about the parents' cooperation, said that they will not speak to the family's level of cooperation because it stirs rumors. Keep in mind that if the family was in fact cooperating, it would have been just as easy for TBI to just say, yes, the family is cooperating. But they did not say that. So what does that leave you to believe? 2 weeks after Summer went missing, CPS removed Summer's brothers. Their exact reason for that has not been released. However, in May of 2023, Candace stated that the boys told her that they do not want to go back home with her and Don. During the search for little Summer, her parents, Candace and Don, spent a big part of their time playing pranks on people, making prank calls, and getting drunk while being live on YouTube, all while other people searched for their daughter. Summer's head was shaved in May of 2021, just weeks before she went missing. The sheriff said that most of the property owners cooperated and allowed searches without having to obtain warrants. During the first week of March of 2022, search teams returned to Beech Creek as part of a planned search that focused on previously identified areas of interest. So, the fact there is at least one, maybe more areas of interest to law enforcement as far as where Summer may be located or was at one time. Robin Lane said that she gave police the very first picture of Summer on the 15th, which was used for her Amber Alert. The picture she gave was from December of 2020, and Summer had long hair. The next day, Don and Candace gave them the last known photo/video, which was that of the milk jug video, where it shows that Summer had a shaved head. Why did Robin give the wrong picture of Summer and put out the wrong description? So here's another fact. Robin Lane gave incorrect identifying information about Summer and marked out the red truck on all the flyers. Why did she do that? And that's a fact because Robin Lane said these things herself out of her own mouth. Don told police immediately that he knows Summer was not anywhere around there, and that he will see her in the resurrection. And one last fact for you is that Don and Candace have worked alongside several YouTube creators for the past 2 years to create a complete shit show around Summer's case.